What are the three defining features of Made in India managers? What is the great advice I found for the managers and how the Indian managers are different than American managers? Hello friends, recently I went to India and I picked up a couple of books. One was Made in India, written by R. Gopalakrishnan and Ranjan Banerjee. So what are the three defining features of Made in India managers? First, what are Made in India managers? Anybody who has studied and born in India and who works in India or abroad is Made in India manager. So what are the three defining features? The first feature is they have high ambitions, big ambitions. A lot of these Indian managers, they have gone through high competition and they have done a lot of hard work to get into engineering college, management colleges, and as a result they have ambitions, very high ambitions, which exceeds their manager capability or intellectual capability. So it's not bad to have big ambitions, high ambitions, nothing wrong in that. This is a positive thing. The second thing is Indian managers, they are able to think in English. When you are born in India, our parents spend a lot of money to make sure we get into good English medium schools. They bypass government schools where there's not so much focus on English. As a result, the Indian managers are able to think in English, but a lot of their actions are affected by Indian culture. For example, if they have in India, if you have to lay off a Indian CEO, it has to be done very discreetly, very hush hush manner, whereas in America it's very public. The third thing is it talks about the new millennium managers. These are the managers these are the new generation who uses Facebook or WhatsApp to talk to each other even if they are 5 minutes apart. So they are lacking some of the advantages which traditional Indian managers have. In addition, traditional Indian managers, they have lived in joint families or big families, or they have lived in hostels and have high social intelligence. And a lot of work in India is done through the networking. So these new millennium managers may be missing that. At the same time, these new millennium managers, they have multiple interests. They have low tolerance for corruption, slowness, or infrastructure bottlenecks, but they are very action oriented. So one great advice I found for the managers from this book is like you're gonna do great if there are already processes and systems set up in the company, but if you are working in a company where there are no processes, for example, if you are used to taking decision based on data and you join an organization where there's no data, you need to set up a system there, you need to set up priorities, and you have to always evaluate what worked for you could be your disadvantage, or it could be a reason for your downfall. So that's a great advice. And how Indian managers are different from American managers. The first thing is ambiguity. In India, we accept ambiguity, whereas in America, there's no place for ambiguity. For example, any position, role, responsibilities are defined in stone, whereas in India, they are flexible. For example, I was working for one Indian manager. He told me to do something and I told him, this is not in my job profile. He said, really? Let me add to your job profile. The second difference between Indian manager and American managers are American managers rely on system and processes, whereas the Indian managers rely more on intuition, subjective decisions. For example, in America, how CEO will be hired, there are set rules, whereas in India is based on the need and subjective. And the third difference between India and America is the promotions. In India, people expect promotion based on age, seniority, whereas in America, the promotions are based on performance. So I found this book is very nice book. So if you are from India and you are interested in management, it's very good read books. There are good advice, good comparisons, and if you are working somebody from the India and you want to know about how the Indian business work, how the Indian culture works, so it's a very good book to read. And thanks for watching this video. If you like the video, like it, share it, and subscribe to this channel for your regular updates.